Hi, it's Lucas here from Wayne Phillips Automotive in Adelaide. Just wanted to send you a quick walk around video of our 2020 Corolla ZR Hybrid, as you and I had discussed. So first and foremost, the car presents in beautiful condition. As I'm sure you'd agree, it looks stunning and the red is flawless. It's probably the nicest colour that they released this vehicle in my opinion, but it is just my opinion, so it might just be me, who knows. It is beautiful nonetheless, front to back, side to side. And as I discussed with you over the phone, the few imperfections that I have been able to pick up on, I will happily highlight to you in this video, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have moving forward. But firstly, it is a 2020 Toyota Corolla ZR Hybrid, so if you're looking for tech, safety and features, it really does include them all. The ZR is one of the best appointed vehicles in my opinion through Toyota, when you consider things like tech, luxury and driving support or assistance. They're a beautiful vehicle. So you can see there electric controls to the front seats, and beautiful front seats they are. Sporty bucket seat for the ZR Corolla. I'll just jump into the car here. So a really nice place to be in the driver's seat. And I must admit, if you're like me and you think, you spend quite a bit of time inside the car, liking the place that you're sitting is probably a pretty important thing, and the Corolla doesn't disappoint. There's a multitude of features, assistances and things like that that make it a really exciting place to be and a really comfortable place to be on the road as well. So you can see there on the right hand side of the wheel all of your cruise control features, lane departure alert and so on. Left hand side of the steering wheel is your volume for your radio, menu controls and Bluetooth feature controls and so on. Here through the center, I'll zoom in quickly for you. You can see there 85,270 kilometers on the clock. My driver's door is currently open and the car is currently running, so it's incredibly quiet because we're currently running solely on the battery, which you can see just in this screen here. Because we're not using the car for anything other than sitting here at the moment, it's just powering by the battery. So as soon as we start driving or the engine turns on, you'll actually be able to see the red, which is depicting petrol from the engine, going to the electric motor in the center of the car, and then currently going back to the battery because it will just be charging. If we started driving, it would then send that power to the wheels that you can see at the front. The aircon works phenomenally. I've got it on low currently because it's bloody hot here in Adelaide today. Not a cloud in the sky, so very lucky we are. Down here you've got your wireless phone charger, and you've also got your heated seat controls, and then obviously your center console. Now you noted obviously in the photos there was a mark somewhere on the center console. I can absolutely promise to you that there are no marks on the center console. I have looked top to bottom to be sure that I'm not lying, and it is very well clean inside. There are a couple of fingerprints on the inside of the car. I don't know what from, but the only real debris that I've been able to find is in the floor mats of the driver's seat, and also in the back seat. It looks like there might have been some children sitting in the car while it's been on our yard. Other than that, the vehicle's been detailed inside and looks beautiful. Outside is yet to receive its buff and polish, but it presents flawlessly nonetheless. So as I mentioned, the ZR Corolla is complete with a lot of features, and if this is the type of car that you're looking for, it would certainly be one that would probably be at the top of my list. It is a very lovely car. Now, as for highlighting some of the small imperfections that I've noted, I'll do so with you right now. So the small impressions in the front bumper, just down the bottom here that you might be able to see, it looks a lot worse on my phone than it is, to be completely honest with you. But you can see some small impressions along the base of the front bumper from maybe from highway mileage, or if it's been driven down a gravel road or something like that. You can see a little chip there in the paint, but mostly just tiny impressions that you can't really notice unless you're right up close, and then some very small chips. What they're from I couldn't tell you, but apart from those, it is a pretty bloody nice car. Up the front, some very minor rash to the front left alloy. There's no damage down the sides of the vehicles. Bodywork, just on the rear left wheel here, again, very minor rash. These are things that you probably wouldn't pick up unless somebody pointed them out to you, because from 6 inches away you can't see the imperfection. Right hand rear alloy hasn't been touched at all, which is nice to see. And right hand front alloy, again, no damage. Panel gaps, I'll just come back a bit here. You can see that all of the panel gaps on the car are uniform. It doesn't look like the bonnet or guards or anything like that have ever been off. And again, panels side to side. It's a bit hard to get central here. Very hard with the sun casting a shadow as well. So the left hand side on my phone obviously looks like quite a big panel gap in comparison, but when you go side to side and put your finger up against it, the panel gap is about the same size. So again, very uniform in the tailgate, and I'm not going to be able to get far enough away from the car, I don't think, but panel gap front to rear on the passenger side of the car, again, very uniform. And again, for the bonnet, doesn't look like anything's ever been taken off. Now, while we were on the phone, I did mention there were some very, very slight marks on the back bumper, which I really can't get a good video of. There you are, you can see them just there. They'll probably buff out when the vehicle receives its detail prior to being delivered to the customer. But obviously I can't promise anything until they've been done. But you can see some very, very minor marks there. And a very tiny, tiny scratch there, which almost just looks like a hair on the paint. I actually can't get my camera to focus in on it, so I do apologise, but there's a very tiny scratch there, probably an inch in length. But overall, a beautiful car. I did go through the books with you earlier, obviously, so it was owned by a gentleman locally who purchased it from a dealership 5 minutes down the road. He also had the vehicle serviced with that dealership through all of the years that he'd owned it, and we've got all of those documents in the car to prove that ownership and the care that was taken with it. Mate, if you have any other questions about the Corolla, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you. But it is a beautiful car inside and out, and you'd be hard pressed to find one as nice at such a price. My phone number 0478 016 180. If you've got any questions about the car, finance or insurance, please give me a call. Thanks, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.